You think you're playing it safe, but you're not. You're slowly destroying your life. Not because you're doing something dangerous, but because you're avoiding everything that matters. You wake up, you do what's easy, you avoid what's hard. You stay in your comfort zone, and you call it being safe. But let me tell you the truth. There is nothing safe about wasting your life. There is nothing safe about staying the same. There is nothing safe about ignoring your potential. What you call safe is actually fear. Fear of failing, fear of being judged, fear of being uncomfortable. So instead of trying, you stay where you are. You settle. You lower your standards. You convince yourself, this is enough. This is fine. I don't need more. But deep down, you know that's a lie. Because every time you see someone doing better, it hits you. That feeling, that discomfort, that voice in your head saying, you could have done that, but you didn't. Not because you couldn't, but because you were too busy playing it safe. As Les Brown said, too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. That's exactly what you're doing, living your fears instead of your potential. You're afraid to take risks, afraid to fail, afraid to look stupid. So you do nothing, and nothing is the most dangerous thing you can do. Because when you do nothing, time keeps moving, opportunities disappear. People move ahead, and you stay exactly where you are. You think avoiding risk protects you, but it doesn't. It traps you. It keeps you stuck in a life you don't even want. Look at your daily routine. Be honest. Are you challenging yourself, or are you just getting through the day? Doing the minimum. Avoiding discomfort, choosing easy options. Because that's what safe looks like. And that's why your life isn't changing. Because growth requires risk, requires discomfort, requires stepping into the unknown. And you've been avoiding all of it. As Mark Zuckerberg said, the biggest risk is not taking any risk. Read that again. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. So while you think you're protecting yourself, you're actually holding yourself back. You're choosing a slow, comfortable failure over a difficult, meaningful growth. And the worst part, you don't even realize how much it's costing you. Every opportunity you don't take, every chance you ignore, every risk you avoid is shaping your future. And not in a good way, because success doesn't come from playing safe. It comes from taking action, even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. Fear is not a sign to stop. It's a sign to move forward, because everything you want is on the other side of fear. But you've been running from it, avoiding it, ignoring it. And that's why you feel stuck, because you're not growing, you're repeating. Same habits, same actions, same results, and expecting something different. But that's not how life works. If you don't change your actions, your life won't change. It's that simple and that hard. As Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's what you're doing. Living the same day again and again, hoping something will magically change. But nothing changes until you do. You need to break the pattern. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to take risks, not reckless risks. Calculated ones, things that move you forward. Things that challenge you, things that make you uncomfortable. Because that's where growth happens. Not in comfort, not in routine, not in safety, but in discomfort, in uncertainty, in effort. Right now, you're avoiding all of that. And that's why you're not where you want to be. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You need courage. The courage to try. The courage to fail. The courage to look stupid. Because that's the price of growth. And if you're not willing to pay that price, you'll stay where you are forever. And if you're not willing to pay that price, you'll stay where you are forever. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't fail. You just never tried. But regret stays with you. It reminds you of what you could have been, what you should have done, what you didn't do. So stop playing safe. Stop avoiding risk. Stop running from discomfort, because that's exactly what's keeping you stuck. Take one step, one uncomfortable step. Do something that scares you, something you've been avoiding. Start that project, learn that skill, take that chance, even if you're not ready, even if you're afraid, because you will never feel ready. You just have to start, and once you do, everything changes, not instantly, but gradually. You become more confident, more capable, more disciplined, because you prove to yourself that you can act despite fear, and that's power. Real power. Not comfort, not safety, but action in the face of fear. So the next time you feel scared, don't run. Don't avoid it. Lean into it. Because that's where your next level is. That's where your growth is. That's where your future is. On the other side of fear. And the only thing standing between you and that future is your decision to stay safe, or to take the risk, to stay the same, or to grow. To live in fear or to face it. Because at the end of the day, playing safe is not safe. It's a slow way to lose, so choose wisely. Because your future depends on it.